From the people who help you know your competition, InteliChek presents the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast. The Multi-Point Inspection Podcast brings you news and stories from the automotive world told in an informative and entertaining way. Previously on the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast. On Friday, March the 24th, Ford hosted BlueOval City Live, the first on-site event since it broke ground in February of 2022. The event included booths, presentations that included Bill Lee, the governor of Tennessee, and Ford president and CEO Jim Farley, and a tour of the construction site for the media. And the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast was invited to see the progress. On Tuesday, June 20th, Ford Motor Company hosted Building BlueOval City, an update from BlueOval City. The event was held at Buckley Carpenter Elementary School in Somerville, Tennessee in Fayette County. And once again, the Multi-Point Inspection Podcast was on site.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BlueOval City Somerville Community Meeting. The program will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats.
The 5-person panel was led by Mary Ann Donovan, the government relations manager for BlueOval City. Here are some highlights.
Thank you, Captain Wainwright, and thank you, Somerville, for welcoming Ford into your community, and our Ford BlueOval SK team members for joining us here today. So we also want to thank the elected officials that are in the room in attendance for joining us. In the time that Ford has been in Tennessee, we have been welcomed with open arms. We recognize that we are new neighbors moving in, and as always, it's only right that we introduce ourselves. We'd like to use this session to share more about us, about the BlueOval City project, as well as answer any questions that you may have. We have invested $5.6 billion into BlueOval City. We believe in BlueOval, and we believe in the future of electric vehicles right here in West Tennessee. BlueOval City will be a comprehensive, world-class, clean manufacturing system like the world has never seen, resulting in nearly 6,000 stable jobs that will support families. And so we are not only creating vehicles, everybody, we are also creating opportunity, and I'm proud to say that. Ford and our partners have contributed more than $20 million to West Tennessee and the broader state since announcing BlueOval City. Ford has made a strong commitment to uplifting communities in Tennessee, and these commitments include $16 million went to the University of Tennessee to preserve and restore streams and wetlands at Lone Oak Farms and offer STEM education for students from K through 12. Ford Motor Company funds $1.2 million West Tennessee Capital Grants Program, supported programs right here in Fayette County, like Fayette County Cares, which we all know and love, and Fayette County Citizens for Progress. And when the recent tornado devastation happened in Covington, you all, that's where I'm from. I live in Covington. On March 31st, the Ford Fund and our construction partners, Walbridge and Sunbelt, you all, they stepped up to help. They stepped up to help Crestview Elementary and Crestview Middle School. And we are here to help our community in times of need and lend a hand as a good neighbor. And I can tell you the day that I got that call, them offering to help, I had tears in my eyes because I was proud to work for a company that saw a need and contacted me to just let me know that they were going to show up in our community and help, and it meant a whole lot. And so we're pleased to bring this group of Ford and BlueOval SK team members to talk with you about BlueOval City. And we really appreciate the time that you've taken to come out and meet with us and appreciate your interest in our project. We have a lot of ground to cover today. We know we have a lot of questions. We'll be addressing a lot of questions this evening that came through via email before the event, but we'll also have a brief period after where we'll open up the audience for questions regarding BlueOval City. If there are any questions that we don't get to, we'll be sure to address future communications. Just know that some of us will be here afterwards, and feel free to come up to us, and we're happy to take any questions after the program. And we'll be hosting additional conversations in the coming months in communities across West Tennessee. We'll be rolling out additional ways that you can keep updated on our progress, and please make sure that you follow our social media channels. This is where a lot of information will go out.
First on the list is Kel Kearns, plant manager of the Electric Vehicle Center at BlueOval City.
Good evening, Somerville.
Good evening.
Good evening, Somerville. Good evening. I'll warm you up a little bit for asking questions later. So, I'm not from here. Can anyone guess which country I'm from?
Australia.
Oh, you got it first time. Fantastic. G'day, mate. Thank you. So, yeah, I'll be the plant manager of the Electric Vehicle Centre here at BlueOval City, and I'm really excited to be here tonight. It's great to see so many people, so thanks for coming out. I've had 28 years experience with Ford Motor Company. I started off in Australia, but I will have run 5 plants by this stage, and have lived and worked in 5 different countries working for Ford Motor Company. So before that, I was in the Royal Australian Air Force, and right now I live downtown in Memphis, and I've been here for about 12 months, so excited to be here.
That's great. Yay. We appreciate you all relocating. That's wonderful for our region. And so, Kel, can you just share a little bit with the audience about the overview of BlueOval City?
Well, BlueOval City is the largest, most complex, most efficient production complex in Ford's 120-year history, and it's right here. The plant will help us transform our vehicle assembly operations using cutting-edge technology and focusing on sustainability at the same time. The Ford Electric Vehicle Centre will be the most advanced vehicle assembly plant in Ford Motor Company when we launch it. It will boast Industry 4.0, the industrial Internet of Things, where we leverage the connectivity of the vehicle and the connectivity of the equipment in the plant to provide efficiencies that we have not been able to access before. The Ford Vehicle Assembly Plant is supported by independent suppliers on the same site. That also provides further efficiencies. A battery plant, other major suppliers, and even a Lowe's on the same site. The BlueOval SK battery plant will have the ability to produce 43 gigawatts of power. So to get that in your mind, 1 gigawatt of power is enough to run a medium-sized city. This $5.6 billion investment by the company will bring nearly 6,000 jobs and also be part of a larger $11 billion investment across Tennessee and Kentucky. This is the largest investment by a US automaker in electric vehicles.
Kel, can you tell us, why is Ford making such an investment in BlueOval City?
Bill Ford said it really well in a video he put out. Electrification is a revolution, not an evolution. And Ford intends to lead the electric revolution. So Ford's investing more than $50 billion globally by 2026 to develop breakthrough EVs across the world and market them at scale. BlueOval City is a major part of that. With the first generation EV products already in the market, Ford's already #2 electric vehicle maker in the US. BlueOval City will bring Ford closer to its target of reaching 2 million vehicles annually by 2026. Ford's shift to electric vehicles is perhaps the biggest shift we've seen since the company has been founded. Electric vehicles are smart, connected, and can deliver all kinds of customer experiences and benefits never possible before with gas vehicles. Sustainability is a priority and for Ford, and the same for BlueOval City. The Ford assembly plant at BlueOval City is designed to be carbon neutral at launch, zero waste to landfill, and when we're running, we'll meet our emissions goals.
So I'm, for one, super excited they chose Tennessee, but Kel, can you tell us why the great state of Tennessee chose BlueOval City as their home?
Well, Ford did a rigorous look right across the country, and the factors to select the site were, firstly, a site needed to be large enough for the scale of vehicle production that we were talking about, large enough to have suppliers on the same site. The second part was it had to be in a location that made sense with respect to our other plants and the supply base. And importantly, the availability of workforce with those skills that are required and the expertise for the new technology. Also important was the local business environment, tax incentives, and the availability of renewable energy. After looking nationally, West Tennessee site was selected. So we'd like to thank the Governor, his team, as well as locally elected officials and everybody else who in the community who helped get us to this stage in the site. This part, the last part, is really a standout for me. Having been in 5 different countries, this is by far the biggest difference. The community welcoming the team here at BlueOval City has been absolutely amazing. Well, as you know, Ford already builds the first generation electric vehicles. You can see some of them parked out the front right now. So the F-150 Lightning, the Mustang Mach-E, and also the E-Transit. So BlueOval City will be producing the next generation electric truck for Ford. We announced a little while ago it's called Project T3. That's the code name. And this will be Ford's second generation truck, arriving in 2025. This gives us the opportunity to reinvent the Ford truck franchise, which has been an icon of the American culture for more than a century. T3 stands for Trust the Truck and is designed to be a trusted partner to unlock connection, creativity and growth that's been the team's rally cry since its early inception. So Project T3 for Ford is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to revolutionise America's truck by combining a century of truck know-how with world-class electric vehicle software and aerodynamics talent.
Everyone is always looking for an update on the construction progress at BlueOval City. Can you give us just a little bit of information about how the construction site's going?
Construction's going well. In September 2022, if you remember, we announced we broke ground on the site. And less than a year since Ford and BlueOval SK announced the $5.6 billion investment, structural steel was up on the site. So with the construction of BlueOval City underway, we're getting closer to our target of reaching 2 million electric vehicles by 2026. Just to get your head around some of the progress, the crews have moved a lot of dirt. 7.5 million cubic yards of soil. That's enough to fill 2 Hoover dams. They've laid 800,000 tonnes of stone, and most of that came up the Mississippi River on barges, equal to the weight of 3,555 statues of liberty. They've installed 7,500 deep foundations, and that's equal to the length of 5 round trips to the peak of Mount Everest. So if you didn't understand that it's a big site, I think that really paints a great picture. So in terms of construction, we're clearly on track to achieving our target of launching in 2025.
And next, we have Neva Burke, the Senior Human Resources Director for BlueOval SK.
Well, good evening to you all. Can you hear me well? Yep. Oh, it is so nice to be here. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to come and speak with you, Somerville and Fayette County. We're just so excited to be here. My name is Neva Burke. I'm the Human Resource Leader for BlueOval SK. But before that was a whole lot of history in the area of human resources. I actually have 34 years in human resources, believe it or not. I know I have a baby face. So I started my career at a very early joint venture. This was in the early days of joint ventures with Toyota and General Motors. It's a company called New United Motors Manufacturing in Fremont, California. I see some people nodding their heads, so they know that the joint venture is popular. And so I started in the manufacturing area and human resources, and I really enjoyed my time at New United Motors. I've worked at a lot of other great companies. I'm from Memphis, born in Millington at the Naval Base. I worked here in the community at Lemoyne College as their Senior Director of Human Resources at the college, but I love manufacturing. I worked a long time at Thomas & Betts Corporation. I'm sure probably you've heard of that as well. And then I worked for a great company in Kentucky called Toyota Motor Manufacturing. And so I have a long history of automotive experience, but I really just love manufacturing. This has been a great experience being a part of BlueOval SK. I know I'm probably the only one up here that's really straight BlueOval SK. I work for Ford, but I work on behalf of Ford to stand up BlueOval SK. BlueOval SK is a great company. It's a joint venture between Ford Motor Company and SK On, which is a South Korean company. So we have a little bit of an international presence as we move forward to stand up the plant. So it gets really interesting in my job. We have so much fun standing up the company. We are now, as a part of BlueOval City, we are going to have a manufacturing facility on that site, BlueOval SK, and we're going to be building the battery for Ford Motor Company and Lincoln Products. So we're very excited to be able to supply Ford the great electric engines they're going to need to really power up those beautiful vehicles that you see outside. I don't know about you, but every time I see an electric vehicle, I get so excited because I had the great fortune to actually travel in a Lightning a couple of weeks ago. What a ride it is. The electric battery is amazing. This generation of electric battery becomes more amazing. The electric battery actually can last up to about 500,000 miles. I know that's amazing, right? That's a long time to last with the right maintenance and everything like that. And our facilities are so huge. They're 4 million square feet. They're amazing structures. And I know that as you travel near the Stanton area, I know you see them and you think, man, what's going on over there? Every time I go past there, I honk my horn, I'm so excited. So we have a huge facility and a huge presence in BlueOval SK, partnering with Ford Motor Company. There's also gonna be a supplier corridor where some of our main suppliers will also set up their businesses to help supply us fast and efficiently so that we can get the product out, right? That's a great thing. I just want to say that BlueOval SK it has a great presence, and we're partnering with Ford, and we're very happy to do that here with BlueOval City.
So speaking of the employees at BlueOval City, Neva, tell us about the employment breakdown between BlueOval City in Tennessee and the BlueOval SK Battery Park.
Before I tell you that, though, I want to back up what Andy is saying about the training. That's very important. There's been a large investment made in training. So, a battery manufacturer, there's a very detailed skill set that has to go forward, and that skill set is being taught by the investments that have been made, along with the total BlueOval City with both facilities. So that's really an important part of this. Then also, I wanted to tell you a fun fact about the battery before I go on too, and our battery plants. They're the size, if to put it in perspective, of about 50 football fields. If you can think of 50 football fields, how large one is, That's how big the plants are. And then Marianne asked about the breakout for Tennessee and Kentucky. As Andy mentioned, there will be a total of approximately 6,000 new employees that we're employing in BlueOval City to support the Ford and BlueOval SK operations. And SK and Ford Motor Company has made a huge investment in the facility. And on the site, there will be a Ford vehicle assembly plant and the BlueOval SK battery plant, as well as certain supplier facilities. That was that supplier corridor that I was telling you about. In Kentucky also, we expect to create about 5,000 jobs of BlueOval SK joint venture battery plants, Kentucky 1 and Kentucky 2.
And so let me ask you then, so when are these jobs going to become open? Is that 2025 or are we going to open those sooner?
Well, that just depends. There are ramp-up schedules that are built to support the whole total BlueOval City. And each plant, BlueOval City, BlueOval SK, and the electric vehicle manufacturing facility have their own ramp-up schedules. So it depends on the role. Some will come sooner than others. At BlueOval SK, we have begun to fill some of the leadership roles, also in the manufacturing facility for Ford as well. Engineering is very important to BlueOval SK, so we're starting to fill those roles. And we're very excited to announce that in August in a couple of months here, we will begin the hiring of key launch technicians. This will be our first strategic group that will go forth as hourly employees, which are operators and maintenance technicians. We're going to hire our first group of them. So we're getting ready for that now. Training also becomes very important. There will be a lot of training for the battery plant jobs. That is the reason why positions are starting early. The key launch technicians are going to be somewhat of a train-the-trainer in hiring, and then the larger number of hires will go forth in 2024 and 2025. You can stay tuned by visiting the BlueOval City website and then also BlueOvalSK.com. There are members of the HR team here today from BlueOval City totally, and we're here to talk to you and answer any questions that we can right now, but we're excited to be moving forward in the community.
And now, Andy Bianco, the North American Manufacturer Learning and Development Manager.
So my name's Andy Bianco. I work for Ford Motor Company in workforce development. I have 32 years with Ford Motor Company. I start my 33rd year next week. So it's been a long, great experience with Ford. And I can tell you that the jobs here at BlueOval City are really, really exciting, and that's why we're still around. I have a passion for developing people. I graduated from the Ohio State University and started my career as a high school teacher. And so 33 years ago, I went to Ford Motor Company working in the production space. I've been here in Jackson, Tennessee, working with all the schools for the last year. I've been living in a hotel. 2 weeks ago, I am now a full-time resident of the great state of Tennessee.
Woo. We'll take them.
But I do want you to know that this Southern hospitality has not been wasted on me. I have not missed a meal, and just a couple of my favorite places. Rock and Dough. Yes, Rock and Dough. Picasso's, the blacksmith, has a great pretzel if you haven't been there. Talum for Mexican food, it's awesome. And for the beverages, I think we like Hub City Brewery. So check those places out when you get a minute.
And I can assure you he ad-libbed that because that was not in the script. But we love that addition. Thank you, Andy. Okay, we're gonna safely stay with you for a moment. And just want you to tell us a little bit about Ford's approach to finding 6,000 workers that are going to be needed at BlueOval City, and how will Ford work with local communities in the regions to ensure that we're able to get these jobs filled?
So we've been working for the last year with your state and local education groups, external organizations, as well as the universities, the community colleges, and of course the technical schools, so that we can present a very robust pipeline into these new jobs. Like Kel said, this is the most advanced factory that we've seen ever in this space. So far we've met with over 30 school districts, including Fayette County several times. We've met with cities and local communities to talk about the workforce, how we can get them up to speed, how we can get them the technical expertise that we're looking for. We've done career expos. I met 3,500 eighth graders this spring. It was interesting. We're working with the schools like right here in Somerville, UT Martin, of course, Fayette Schools. BlueOval Ford and its new suppliers have want the communities around the site to contribute their workforce. We want to see the local people get these jobs, and that's why we've been here for a while. There's been there will be significant new employment opportunities at the Ford and BlueOval site. And all you need is the right skills. And we're making sure that those capabilities of your education institutions are here local. So we'll provide a lot of additional information as we move forward, but there's a lot of information that we've already shared with the schools, the TCATs, the community colleges, and the universities.
So in March, Ford introduced a new program that we call the BlueOval Learning, and that's to ensure that the people of West Tennessee are equipped and they're empowered to build the electric future in America. So tell us why BlueOval Learning is such a big deal.
So we want to make sure that we have 6,000 workers and we build the pathways to get the people ready for these jobs. And so Ford has introduced BlueOval Learning to empower the future workforce, to build these EVs that are going to basically lead the electric revolution. This program is meant to strengthen the skills and the skill sets in the communities, provide teacher support, and increase work-based learning opportunities like co-ops and internships. There's some key enablers that I want to review with you here real quick. First off, we're going to help build additional STEM curriculums in your schools. So that's one of the things that Ford will do, supporting K through 12 universities and community colleges to build the curriculum and the infrastructure. We're going to bring advanced manufacturing to your local schools in your CTE programs, and we're going to provide mechatronics equipment to some of the schools to help make that happen. We're also going to kickstart the kids that are in high schools around expanding certificates and dual enrollment opportunities with institutions that are already in place. We'll also be premiering training in advanced technology, not only within our TCAT and within our facility, but also with education institutions to train in advanced manufacturing and battery technology. To date, we've met with 20 universities, including 7 to 9 HBCUs, as well as Somerville, UT Martin, to make sure that happens. I would be amiss if I didn't also mention that we're partnering with the TCAT. The great state of Tennessee has given us $40 million to build a training facility right across the street in Fayette County. If you go by there right now, the steel's going up, so we're trying to catch up to the site. I don't think we'll make it, but we're going to try. And it's going to be a state-of-the-art TCAT to help a state-of-the-art workforce build the best truck in the world.
Andy, what can you tell us about the skills that you're looking for, and how much training does someone need before they can apply for a job with BlueOval City?
So we're going to lead the way in the electric revolution, and anyone who wants to be part of a sustainable future, as well as the Ford family, can apply for these jobs. And the one thing that I want everybody to understand, there's going to be a large variety of different skill sets required in this factory. So it's going to start at beginners to all the way through to engineering, HR professionals, and of course, education professionals like myself. That's going to require a wide range of skills, and we're going to make sure that those skills are able to be taught here local to local people so that they can look at these jobs and become part of our family. If you're naturally curious, you love to learn, and have a passion for our business and our customers, you should apply to work at BlueOval City. I'll tell you just a couple of the qualities that we're looking for. Somebody that takes initiative and has personal integrity, sound decision-making based off of data and facts, a continuous improvement philosophy, and they practice that every day, both on a personal level and professional level. An inclusive mindset, respecting diversity, equity, and inclusion, and a belief in skilled, motivated people, because that's the strength of our business.
And special guest Heath McMillan, President, BlueOval City TCAT.
Yeah, all right, thanks. Good evening. So I'm Heath McMillan, and I come from a far, far away land, not as far as Cal, but northeast Tennessee. So I've been here about 12 months, but very glad to be here. I've spent about 20 years in industry, most recently with Eastman Chemical. Started out as a maintenance helper, worked my way through their apprenticeship program, and it's been an interesting journey. And I'm going to go off script a little bit and say, and just tell a little story. I see a lot of younger folks here tonight that may be interested in what we're talking about here. But this week I was voted as president of TCAT Jackson. And, but I don't say that for applause. I say that because 28 years ago this month, I graduated high school, barely. But I had the opportunity to start at a community college in remedial math. And I say that to say it doesn't really matter where you are.
Right.
Our TBR institutions are here to get you to where we're at today. So very fortunate, very blessed, but I wanted to say that. But again, spent many years in industry. About 4 years ago, had the opportunity to get into education on a partnership with another large company, Eastman Chemical in Northeast State. And about a year ago, had the opportunity to come here and work with these fine folks as we stand up this new project. And then, so most recently on the TCAT, when this is complete, it's going to be 120,000 square feet of the most technologically advanced training in the state. But currently, all the footers are poured. We've got about 50% of the steel that's already up. A lot of steel detail left to do, but the last slab on grade was supposed to be poured today. All grade work is complete, and the roofing should start in July. So that's kind of where we are. We are on schedule.